Our mission is to encourage and uplift women to birth their ministry and accomplish their mission. Together, we are the difference in action for positive change. Two humanitarians, Drs. Anita Mckaney and Tomesha D. Walker, are changing the world by giving voice to women around the globe, encouraging authors, marriages, mothers and wives to live out their ministry on mission. Join us Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and spread the word to reach our goal of making a difference in the lives of 200,000 women. Welcome to the show.
So excited to have you guys here for Ministry on Mission. Hi, Dr. Anita. How are things going today?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ministry on Mission. We're back again, and as you can hear, I'm here in motion, but I'm so excited to present to you today Apostle Dr. Elizabeth Pedro, who is here with us at Ministry on Mission. We are so excited to have her. Let me tell you some about her. Her Excellency Apostle Dr. Elizabeth Pedro is a Peace Ambassador to the United Nations. She's a certified marriage and family counselor with the Institute of Marriage and Family Affairs, which we have in common. Love that. She's also founder and global president of Women Helping Women for a Sustainable Tomorrow. Founder and CEO of Agape for All Nations International, and the CEO of Serenity Coaching and Counseling Services, which is a counseling outfit focused on offering training and consulting services on marriage, relationships, and family life issues. She is a transformation coach and mentor who believes that every woman is a celebrity. As such, she supports and advocates for women and girls and the issues that affect them, which are endeared to my heart. She is a prolific writer and an award-winning author of the book A Woman in Her Wardrobe, which I happen to have right here, my own copy. So excited about that. And her book has become a companion and a guide to women around the globe. She's a motivational singer, a global speaker who's been featured in high-impact events and has spoken on stages across 5 continents and over 15 countries. She is passionate about human capacity development and loves to speak humorously, using real life stories to keep her audience captivated. In 2021, Apostle Dr. Liz was listed among 50 most influential women. She's a philanthropist, and through her organization, Women Helping Women, which I am so excited to be a regional director of, she continues to impact women in her community and across the globe with skill acquisitions and stipends to start a business they have learned. She's won multiple awards, over 25 awards in different categories, different nominations, including Ambassador of Women Empowerment, Award of Excellency, Religious and Humanitarian Awards, Presidential Lifetime Achievement Awards, Generation Equality Naomi Award, Volunteer Vigor Award, and Award of Commander of the Most Noble Order of Peace Ambassadors. Apostle Dr. Elizabeth is the co-founder of Great Shepherd Ministries in Edmonton. She is an ordained minister of the Gospel of Jesus Christ, the president of School of Chaplain, Alberta region of Canada. She does so many things. I'm so excited to be a co-laborer with her, one of her directors of her organization, a fellow author, a sister in the Lord, and more importantly, a child of the King. Welcome so much, Apostle Dr. Elizabeth Pedro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It is just so wonderful to have you here. We're extremely excited. It's amazing, all of the things that you have had an opportunity to do, all of the awards that you have received, and I'm looking forward to digging into a little bit about your new book that you have coming out. And I'm extremely excited to be one of your Ohio coordinators for Women Helping Women. We thank you for everything that you're doing and for allowing the Lord to lead you and listening to his guiding and how you are shifting this world. So again, thank you so much for being here. So where would you like to begin today with your story as we share how many things God has done in your life and
Amen.
used you as a global icon to literally shift this world and bring heaven to earth. So how are you walking in your ministry? How are you doing that in this juncture in your life?
That is a huge question, but I want to say thank you for having me. And we thank God for the ability to do things that we do. I would say when you come to ministry, I believe it's a gift from God. I know that sometimes some of the abilities, I see myself as a woman with extraordinary grace. Whenever God gives you assignment, He gives you grace to fulfill the assignment. So the larger the assignment, the higher and the greater the grace. That is what I see. So I want to thank God for the grace to do what I am doing. By strength shall no man prevail. So it's just the grace of God.
Amen. I completely agree with that. It is by His grace that we are able to do these things that He has called us to. So the organization that we have more than one organization in common, but one of the main organizations that we shared today, Women Helping Women. Can you share with us a little bit more about that and some of the amazing things that you are doing across the globe with that organization right now?
Thank you so much. Of course, Women Helping Women, the name alone just says it all. My goal is to encourage women to support their fellow women, because right from the origin, women has always been a helper. So now the fact that women, we help their husband, we help their family, we help their siblings, but women, we have not been focused on women helping their fellow women. And that is why the enemy have taken advantage of it. When the devil wants to send a woman out of her marriage, he will use her fellow woman. When the devil wants to pull a woman down, he will use her fellow woman. So my goal is to create a global movement, that's what we are already doing, of women to be empowered through education, entrepreneurship, and of course, skill acquisition in advancing the economic development for a sustainable future. So empowering women for a sustainable tomorrow. We talk about abuse. Why is there abuse? Most of the time, personally, from my perspective, I see that I know that men have that ego. When a man is out of job and he's the one that is the breadwinner of the family, all of a sudden he's out of his job. He's not able to fulfill his mandate as the man of the house. He feels threatened. So if the wife has something doing and the wife is able to support, you will see that there will be a less stress for the man. But in the case where the man is the only one providing for the family, you will see that the man will be frustrated, and the frustration will lead to abuse in marriage. So my goal is to help women, because I always say, I rather teach you how to fish than to give you fish. It's good to cook. Many NGOs at the end of the year, they give food to women, they give rice. But what happened from January to December? So that's why I come up with this, by the grace of God, and commitment to this. Women Helping Women is advancing the global work on gender equality through building a pyramid of genderpreneur, which was an initiative that was launched last Saturday to be able to encourage our fellow women. Let's look at Esther. Esther was a helper to her family. Esther did not just help herself, but Esther helped her community. She helped the whole nation, and they were saved because of her. Women, we have always played a key role in supporting people. So this time around, my focus is to create this movement that, hey, woman, you have to support your fellow woman. Gone are those days when women would go on the social media to destroy and condemn the work of her fellow woman. No, we say no to that. Let's lift up our fellow women. Let's encourage each other. Let's support each other. I tell you, when women come together, they move mountains. For example, February this year, we were in Nigeria. with my team, with all the women there, we were together, and 220 women were trained on different skills acquisition. I see women coming together with passion. I see all of us putting in our skills, our idea. We are all talented to be able to uplift and promote one another. So that is the primary goal of Women Helping Women, that women will focus on helping their fellow women in the community, in the ministry, in their family. We should be able to know that this time and season, we need one another as a woman. Thank you.
Wow, I truly love that. It is no small feat to be a blessing to that many women, 220 women at one time.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal feat. We commend you. We applaud you. That was tremendous. And it is my great honor and privilege to have contributed to the substantial, commitments and things that we're doing with United Nations at this time. Like, those sustainable goals are extremely important. And I'm so happy to be a part of that initiative that you just launched. We look forward to things. Tell us about some of the things that you hope to see, like, in the next 5 years with Women Helping Women. Like, if you can look forward and say, a lot of people are doing NGOs, a lot of people have nonprofit organizations, a lot of people are doing things like that, but tell me what you would hope to see, like, in the next 5 years with this organization. How far do you hope to stretch? Tell us about your membership and how women can be involved.
Thank you so much. Right now, Women Helping Women, we have about 32 chapters across the globe. That include United States, Ohio, Georgia, North Carolina, New York, New Jersey, California, Florida. And again, we have chapters in Canada, and it's countries like South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, name it, we are there. And when we look at the story of Esther, Esther chapter 4, Esther was a destiny helper to her tribe. Every woman is a celebrity, and every human being on earth, we are destiny helper. I am a destiny helper to somebody, somebody else is a destiny helper to me. But we must be patient, we must be calm, we must be able to accommodate one another so that by error or by chance, we don't send our destiny helper away. If Esther has disobeyed her uncle, she would have not been able to gain access to the king. And if the uncle maybe crossed his mind or refused to play his role. So that is why every human being that crossed my path, I treat them with honor and respect. I don't take any relationship for granted. And that has helped me over the years. I always believe that if we connect together in any way, in any form, in any shape, I always believe that there is an assignment. There is something God wants to do through that relationship. But most of the time, we easily judge people according to our feelings. We easily get upset because of our emotion. We easily quit a relationship because of unrealistic goal that is not being met, because maybe we are hoping or we have such great expectation on people that we meet. I tell you, you can't know me under 1 month, or you can't meet somebody in 1 year and say, I know this person very well. That is wrong. You need time. We need time. But most of the time, we judge people according to what we see, like right now. But we don't know the action behind it. We don't know the reason behind that situation that just happened. See beyond that and look into what God is doing with our relationship. So with Women Helping Women, that is what we are encouraging women to do. In the next 5 years, by the grace of God, by November this year, we are going to be going to Botswana and South Africa. What we are starting to do right now, what we want to do, we want to be able to have a computer center to be able to educate women on technology of these flies. to be able to on technology, because the system has moved from analog to digital. If nothing is done, women will be left behind. Over the years, women has been left behind in all ramifications. But this time around, we may have to start flying, because social media, digital, we need to empower and equip our women. So in Botswana, we are looking forward to train 100 women. Although when I was going to Nigeria, I planned for 100 women, but we end up with 220 women. They were trained on different skills, and they were given money to set up their businesses. Financial independence. This is not just ordinary NGO. This was an assignment that God gave me. He said, go and restore the lost dignity in womanhood. And when I look back to that date, I got that revelation. I wrote it down. How? He said, women has lost their dignity because of fear and poverty. When we say poverty, it's not necessarily about finance or money. When our heart is poor in the spirit, inability to design when there is opportunity set before us, inability to see beyond the physical. Those are the things that some people we have that short sight. We are not able to see it. We see opportunity as if it's a scam. So that was how Women Helping Women come to place. It is simple for women to rise up and support and help their fellow women. If 1, 2, 3, 4 women, 10 women come together, we will make a huge impact. So we are planning to have a center in every country we find ourselves. Even if it's $1 we put together as women, we will go there. We'll be able to set up a computer training where women will be trained for 6 months to 1 year. We are also looking forward to have a tailoring schools across where women can learn skills. You know, I just finished a meeting with the Botswana and South Africa people. The women said, we want to learn how to make soap, different kind of soap, and then we can buy from one another. You see that? So those are ways we can develop that there will be a change to develop that skills that will bring financial breakthrough to the women. In the next 5, not even in the next 5 years, I want to look back and say, God, I thank you. Because for me, when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. When you
when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. I love that. And you also said that in your book when you talked about, like, I believe it was Deborah in chapter 4, which is my favorite chapter in the book. And you talked about, like, Deborah, and this book has traveled far and wide, and it's literally building that kind of woman, a woman who will be wherever she is, will affect her environment in such a way that it will leave an impact for future generations. It'll be something that's sustainable, right? That we'll be able to hold on for years and for centuries for her children and for her grandchildren. I love what you're doing, and I find that a lot of women struggle with finding significance and telling themselves that they're worthy and that they can actually do something empowering and impactful in their home, in their school, in their church, in their world. And so what would you tell a woman who feels like, well, I don't know what I can do in an organization like that. Like, how do I empower people? Like, I don't feel powerful myself. What would you tell a woman like that?
That is one of the things I also love about Women Helping Women. We have a lot of coaches, a counselor in our team. We have a family and marriage affairs department when you are having issues, because we want to carry the women along. We want to also help them with, if we are dealing with women, we are not asking women to leave their marriage. We are not telling women that marriage is not good, because marriage is honorable in the sight of God. We cannot deny the fact that God instituted established the institute of marriage, which is very, very important. So if you are a woman, you think that, oh, Women Helping Women will help you define and find your purpose. That's what I've seen so far. I've heard testimony from members of Women Helping Women say, oh my God, I love this. You know, how do you find your purpose? That thing that you love to do, that give you joy, that make you happy when you are doing it, you are excited. Like me, if I'm able to do anything that just puts smile in the face of any woman, oh my God. Because what is legacy? You know, legacy is not the amount of money we have in our bank account. Legacy is the kind of life that we live. Esther's story is being told today, and they will be continued to be shared from generation to generation. Deborah's story is being told today. It will continue from generation to generation. So in history, women has played a significant role in helping the community, our society. And the devil know it. And that is why you will see it will bring discouragement to women. Some women will wake up in the morning, they feel like they don't belong. They feel discouraged. Oh, if you are a woman, you are there right now. You are listening to me. I want you to know that you are made for more. If you are a woman that have womb, I want you to know that your womb is carrying a destiny. If you are a mother there, or you are a woman, you have womb, know that you will give birth to a destiny. Know that your ministry, your mission, your vision, there is a divine purpose that is in you. But all you need is somebody. Sometimes we need help. That's where our destiny helper come out. To unlock that door, we need the right key, I always say, to unlock your potential. So do not look down on yourself. And over the years, I've seen women that said, no, I can't do this thing. I said, really? When I look at them, I'll see beyond what they are saying. And I've been able to work with women like that. I will see them in the front. I also mentor women. I also coach women in any way, but don't say why only women. Please, pardon me, is an assignment, special assignment from God. That is why I'm focusing on women. But again, I am not against any man. If a man, like for example, I did empowerment, men came and they said, oh, this is not for only women. Can I be part of this empowerment? I said, of course. They were there. So, but again, women, when a woman is pregnant and give birth to a male child, and you are training up a male child, you are actually training up somebody else's husband. When a woman have a girl child, you are training up a girl child, you are actually training up somebody else's wife. So if you understand as a woman your role, that you are reproducing and you are preparing the next generation, you'll be able to stand up so that there won't be a replica of the past error. So that's what we are doing, shaping the mind of the women, letting them know who they are. I wrote it in my book. If you have not gotten my book, titled A Woman in Her War Room, you look at the first and second chapter of that book, or the introduction session. That book will tell you who are you as a woman. Because everybody can see women in different perspective. Some people see a woman as a deceiver because she deceived Adam. Some people will see a woman as this and that. But again, from the original perspective of God, who are you as a woman? Why did God refer to a woman as a helper? So it's not by a chance, by mistake, that we say women helping women, because God referred to a woman as a helper. He said to a man, I will make you a helper. So the last time I checked, God is the only helper. But why did he refer to a woman as a helper? That will be an assignment for you to do. Get my book. And secondly, the second edition of that book is coming up again on the 14th of October. We are launching the second edition. I go in second edition, go in depth about the role of a woman, starting from when you are a girl to when you become a wife, till when you become a mother, when you become a grandmother. Woman is the only person that will never graduate from helping the family. When you finish training up your kids, you move to training your grandkids. If guys not taking even great-grandkids, your grandchildren will bring your grandkids to the house. You see a woman never graduate from building a family until she dies. You go to her house. My grandmother at the age of 118, she passed on a few years ago. When you go to her house, you see great-great-grandchildren are still there, and she's still giving them water and food to eat. That is why women are very, very important in our society. Women you can never underrate the power and the gift of women.
Woo! Now y'all know how I am. I was trying to keep it together. Did you hear what she said? Okay, so this whole time I have been gleaning jewels and just learning things and just basking in the knowledge that she's been sharing. Thank you so much, Apostle. This is absolutely amazing. So I was thinking earlier and I said, okay, so one of her favorite quotes that she shared, which is empower a woman, you empower a nation. And then wrapped around and spoke to that same point as she broke it down and gave in-depth information and talking about the fact that you are raising generations, multiple generations, and it never stops. It never stops. You're continuously pouring into someone. And as you know, Dr. Anita always talks about the Titus 10, right? And how she has helped to teach that across the globe to support the young ladies that she helps with schooling and personal needs so that they're able to continue on, and really showing the example is what we do, even as with the ministries that I work with and share with mothers who are birthing and helping them to have their children and to have the things that they need to be able to birth in a healthy way and even have a gift once they are finished delivering. We see that it is us continuously sharing the love of the Lord, replicating and working diligently, something that we do, work diligently to be clearly showing the example of who Christ is, right? A clear replica of who Christ is what we work towards doing. And I'm just so excited to be a part of Women Helping Women and the things that are happening literally across the globe. It's amazing every day being introduced to more women from Botswana and Nigeria. I mean, literally all over. She hasn't even told all of the locations that Women Helping Women is in right now. But let me tell you, from sea to shining sea, literally, there is a woman from Women Helping Women, helping another woman to succeed. This is just amazing. So, as we did share earlier on, she's won and received so many different awards for her support that she has done throughout the nation. And I really would encourage you to listen. As we always tell you guys, how about your ministry on mission notebook? And be taking notes. As she shares, she gave you guys some homework. So I'm looking forward to your comments and your replies and emails to us. And of course, you're following us on all social media at Ministry on Mission. And let us know what jewels you are gleaning today. As she said, when you grab the first copy of her book and the next copy that is coming out here soon, it gives you an opportunity to dig deep, to dive into the information and learn more so that you can begin shifting within your life as well as the lives of those that are around you. Because each and every moment that we walk, each and every moment that we move, we are pouring into someone else's life. So I encourage you to grab these books so that you are pouring from a space of overflow, so that you are filled with what God is sharing in this season, and so that you're able to minister in a wealth of knowledge and clarity through the revelation of the Lord and what is being shared here. We are being built as women. And I love what she is doing throughout the world and throughout her resources to make sure that we are not left behind, that we are able to put a step forward. You guys know I say toe by toe, step by step, keep moving forward. And that's something that Dr. Pedro is helping us to be able to do. I love it. I love it. Okay, so as you all know, we have called her by Apostle. We have said Dr. Pedro. We have mentioned that she is also certified to work with families as a counselor. So that's something we haven't dug into too much, but I would love to venture into, because I'm meeting and having an opportunity to talk to more and more families that need support in that way. So, Dr. Pedro, how are you able to assist us from that portion of your training, your knowledge, and your understanding for family?
That is a big one. I think you want me to come back to your show. That's a huge one. Okay, because when you look into family, it's huge. But one thing I will tell anybody here listening to me right now, you are not in that family by mistake. Any family you belong, know that you are there for such a time as this. As Esther was there for her people for such a time as this. Is there going to be challenges? Yes. Is there going to be an offense? Yes. But just know that being in that family, it is not by mistake. Be the agent of change in your family. People are going to hurt you. Your family members are going to sometimes abandon you when you needed them most. But one thing that I have done and I keep on doing, I've always been there for my siblings, for my family. Even if they are not there when I need them, but that wouldn't stop who I am. I want you to know that you are blessed, your family is blessed. No matter what is going on, if you are a mother and your child is misbehaving, listen. When you wake up in the morning, what do you want to see in your son and daughter? Make sure you are always positive when it comes to speaking into the life of your sons and daughters. Sometimes you see parents saying, you are a wayward child. You are a stupid child. When this child will start acting according to your proclamation, then you say, God, why? The Bible says life and death is in the power of our tongue. So when you are a mother, you see your daughter or your son misbehaving, you are going to say, son, I love you, and Jesus loves you. No matter what you do, I know this is not you, but the real you will come, and God have a plan for you. Never make negative declarations about your child, about your kids, and always forgive your sons and your daughters. Because here's what it is. The enemy, the John 10:10 said, the enemy came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. How is he going to steal from you? He's going to steal your child by letting that child do something wrong. And because he did something wrong, you get upset and continue to rain abuses on that child, disqualify that child, make that child feel like he or she was born by mistake. When you do that, the mind of that child will be polluted, and that child will have low self-esteem. Then the enemy will take that child from you. The child will not be going outside of the house seeking for either seeking for solution or seeking for identity. So as a family, let's always uplift one another. Wake up in the middle of the night, even if you are not a pastor, you are not a Christian. Wake up in the night and say, son, you are the best. You are the best thing that happened to me. Daughter, you are the best. If there's going to be the next generation of prime minister in this family, son, you are there. Daughter, just say it. And when you are saying that, the mindset of those kids, they will start seeing themselves for who they really are. Because we have power over them because they are our kids. So now for them to start, for them to get that identity of who they are or where they belong, whatever we say to them as parents, have 80% in their mindsets, the way they see themselves. And when they now go to school, you, the parents, you have been able to speak that 80% into their mind. When they now go to school, no matter what their peer are going to say, it's just 20%. So you have control over the way your kids will see themselves. But if a child grow up from abusive home or grow up from a single mother or single parents, that we always wake up and condemn that child, you have already bring down the self-esteem of that child with 80%. You already have 20%. And now the child needs 80% approval from the peer. And so when they now go to school, they spend more hours, more time there. And that is why women helping women, we have something, gender dignity for the youth, for the young girls. So now when that happened, the child is gone. They are not going out of the house because they are not getting what they are supposed to get from their parents. So please encourage one another. Promote, even if that child failed in school, know that failure is not the end. Oh, child, I believe in you. Even if you didn't get enough grade now, I believe if you try it again, you get a better grade. I don't care about what happened, my child. I know you want to become a medical doctor. You want to be this, you want to be this. I believe in you. I am so proud of you. I tell you, if you, even a man, if you are listening to me, we women, we love when people encourage us. We don't like when people pull us down. You know, so even if you are a man, look at your wife and say, you are the best thing that happened to me. I love you. Just say those words. Some women don't know how to say, I love you to their husband. When they get married, after first, second, third kids, now you see them, we say, hey, hi, Johnny. Johnny, oh, Joyce. No, don't call me like that. You can still use honey, my love. Those things are very, very important. You might not see it, I tell you, it makes a huge impact in every relationship. Oh, Dad, I love you. Oh, Mom, I love you. You are the best. When you are away, your mother will be excited because she has done her job in taking care of you until you also become a mother. So that's what the only thing I will leave with us today. As family, please uplift members of your family. Encourage them. Promote them. Don't be the reason why somebody will go into a room and start crying. Men, spend time with your wife. Many men don't see the need to spend time. Communication is the key. So there are lots to say when it comes to family, but the few ones I just shared now, I believe we will help someone out there. And please learn to communicate. Learn to spend time with your adult son and daughters. It is very, very important. I always most of the time, I use myself as an example as a mother of two. By the way, my first son turned 25 today. I'm grateful to God. Even if he's 25 or the younger one is 23, I will walk into his room, sit in his bed, fold my hand, and say, son, I love you. And he will look at me and say, Mom, I love you too. So it's always important to be able to support one another, encourage one another. I tell you, if you start practicing that in your family, you will see a huge change in your family. Even if you think that your husband make mistake, if you start praising him, you will see a lot of changes. If you are a man, you know how to praise your wife, encourage her, support her. I tell you, you will see a lot of changes in her. Thank you.
I tell you, it is so, so true. was working with a mom the other day as I was teaching her some childbirth education classes. And in there, we were talking about how imperative it is to be mindful of what you say, how imperative it is. And so as she's preparing for birth, I have them do a special exercise, right? Where they take the letters of their name and they find positive things to say about themselves. And so in saying those things, I encourage them to practice them continuously as they're preparing for birth. Because as they begin to be in that pressure cooker of a situation, it helps them to be able to say the positive things about themselves that need to be said to help them cross the finish line, to be able to birth that little one. And so it is so wonderful to hear you say that and to affirm how important it is for us to affirm ourselves, to be careful with the words that we say, and then to see how it changes the actions that we lead out, and then therefore affect our entire lives. So thank you so much for sharing that. As we look into the things that you have received as far as awards, there were many on there. Is there one or two that you would like to highlight for us concerning the things that you've been able to do over the last few years? Now, I will say the top 50 award that you did receive, that's interesting to me because I hadn't heard of that one before, but could you share about one or two of your awards with us, please?
Yeah, after our trip to Nigeria this year, the empowerment, so the US Lifetime Achievement Award, we were nominated for that by one of the UN consultants that were having a program during a parallel event during the United Nations Women's Week this year. Then also I got a lot from volunteer because I volunteer. I help other people too, because if I have a mission, I have a vision. And sometimes we have a vision, we don't know how to do it. Many people don't know how to serve. In the place of service, that is where you will also discover your purpose. So the Vigor Award, the volunteer award, was given to me by Vigor Awards. So Vigor Awards is an organization, the CEO, Queen Amina, she's based in Windsor, Ontario. She actually gives awards, unsung hero award, people that are doing great things. You know the funny thing about it? I don't nominate myself for this award. Like before the year, like last year, between April, May, June, July, I was just getting nomination. Do you know that I attended a conference? There was a nomination going on in that conference in Niagara for this year. That was in April. I bought my ticket. I went there to support the founder and I was shocked when my name was called upon for an award. I'm like, who nominated me? They didn't tell me. They said they just put it out and said, if you know this person's qualified for this, they just nominate me. Some of them would be my friends. Like I was in my room, somebody from New York nominated me for an award in Toronto. I'm like, I didn't even know about this organization. So this year, it was just back to back. So for example, like Nigeria 2019, I did women empowerment with solar chaos because in 2018, 5 guests died in the room. They died because of the smoke from generator. They were tailor who made clothes during Christmas. So because of lack of electricity, they took generator to the store. When they finished sewing, they slept off. And in the following morning, they didn't wake up. 5 girls. So that hit me so bad. The whole week, I started doing research. How can we bring this help to these people? So I was able to come up with the idea of having a solar kiosk so they don't have to worry about electricity to do their businesses. So when I finished that program, I tell you, awards were coming. They just, some of them I don't go. I just send somebody. That was actually a humanitarian ambassador award. I've gotten a lot of awards. Like when I look at my room, I'm so grateful to God. Certificate, oh my God. I can't even put all that in my bio. I serve. As the president of School of Chaplain with the Canadian Christian Ministry, I am teaching. I teach pastors. I train them to become a chaplain. So I have that going on. I'm the director of Women Affairs as well. So Canadian Christian Ministry, over 400 women there. So I serve. So in the place of service, I don't see this as a position. And just to let you know about this, I was never in social media. I've been doing what I am doing for over 20 years, but never on social media. Until 2019, somebody said, you have to do this. You have to let us put you on social media so that people will see what you are doing. You can't be using only your resources. You need help. So it takes me a while because I believe the Bible says that whenever a hand is given, right hand is given to the left hand, it doesn't have to see. So I was just going with that scripture. I never want to put it on social media, but at some point, 2019 was the first time my work hit social media. It's the grace of God. If everybody knows about Women Helping Women today, about me today, I tell you, it was just God. I keep getting invitation from some media like CBC Ed Meeting. CBC Ed Meeting Canada, they heard about what I went to do in Nigeria, 2019. Somebody heard about it and notified them. They emailed me and said, can we have you in our show, in our channel, please, we want to talk to you. I said, okay, if I can go, I will go. So sometimes I will turn some of them down, but again, I just do my best to be humble, to be who I am. It's not about the title. It's actually because I don't want people to get carried away with those titles. I don't want people to say, oh, she's this, and they don't want to come closer to me. That's why when I attend the event, I was in Ontario last week, and they said, can you please introduce yourself? Oh, Elizabeth Pedro. Oh, thank you. I said. It was later, one woman stand up and said, I know this lady. I turned. I know this is Apostle. You gave me a ride to New York in 2018. I actually met this woman. I was going to the state and she's going. I give her a ride to US. She's from Kenya and I've not met her since 2018. But when I just said Elizabeth Pedro, and she was like, I know you. You are a pastor. I was laughing. And the other person was like, hey, Apostle, you are hiding your identity, because I see people say, I am this, I am this. I usually, most of the time, I don't just bother to say that. I just call my name so that we can be friends, so that we can be able to build friendship and relationship. Otherwise, you will see that people will feel intimidated by those names and those titles. I don't want to do that, but I give God praise.
I can truly say, when I met you in Orlando, you truly do what you are saying, right? So your name was called over and over and over and over again as we were there for the graduation and receiving our placement, as commanders. And it was just amazing watching you receive all of the various awards and titles and degrees. Like I said, my Lord, I would have never known, because you were so kind. You were so sweet. Your hugs are so amazing. And I just said, I was just happy to meet you, right? I hadn't read your bio. I didn't know your full background, right? But your smile and your warm, just loving nature was what shined through for me, right? That's what shined through. And so then when we had an opportunity to see what you were doing with Women Helping Women and how you had just returned from helping some women and donating towards their businesses and supporting them, as it says in your bio that you do philanthropic work, she truly does. And just now beginning to share this, because she's letting us know across the globe, but the things that she's doing so that we have an opportunity to support, right? To help further this mission, to help complete the ministry and mission that she's been called to. And so I encourage all of you to make sure, yes, that you follow up and do your homework assignments, grabbing those books, and then making sure also if you are excited about being a part of Women Helping Women and what we're doing across the globe, to join. And then also to make sure that if you say, I don't know if I want to do that, or maybe I'd also like to give to the missions that I see happening, I would encourage you to do that as well. This has been an amazing journey. And I can honestly say, you know, out of all of the people, like we met some really amazing people at the graduation when we came together to celebrate in Orlando with WOMI and all of the different groups that actually were able to come. Again, your smile and your demeanor and your hug and your kindness just shine through. So I say thank you, because I appreciate the fact that I had an opportunity to meet you and you made me feel so loved and just so warm. And never having met you before, being from very different places, right? But I still had an opportunity to feel what you share with women across the globe all of the time. So when you say, I'm out here and I'm just volunteering and people are providing me with these awards, people are nominating me for these things, I can see why, right? So I'm a testament to the life that she leads, to the joy that she shares as she moves throughout the globe, and to seeing the results of the things that she is doing. I am literally seeing women on a consistent basis, if not every day, being congratulated for things that are happening within their nations.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. So, Dr. Pedro, I just want to say thank you for being you. Thank you for choosing to say yes to the Lord, for choosing to make a difference in the lives of women and also in the families, right? As you said, it continues on and on and on through the generations. And you're making that difference. You're making that difference. And we appreciate you. We thank you so much. As you guys know, here at Ministry on Mission, we are all about helping women to begin their ministry and finish the mission as we prepare the way for the Lord to return. And we see this in this example here for sure with Dr. Pedro. So as we begin to wrap up today, what would you like to leave us with as encouragement? And, you know, I almost caution and balk at saying that because you've already done it, right? You've already left us with some amazing gems, but I won't hold it back because our God is limitless, right? So what else would you like to share with us today as you encourage us with our steps moving forward as women, helping and encouraging other women and generations to come?
Thank you. Women on mission. I believe that would be a topic for another day if the Lord permit me to come back. Because as a woman, I know what women go through in ministry. So many men do not believe in the calling or the ministry of woman up to today. So women face a lot of challenges in fulfilling or saying yes to the Lord. And that have been a barrier to so many women who have the call. I was in the ministry for 17 years, but I was not allowed to step in the pulpit to preach because I'm a woman. So that is another testimony for another day, because whenever I share that my story, it always help people to step up. I've seen it even when I attend conferences, when I minister in conference, because my life, I always say to people, my life is like a book. You want to read me, you will read. You know, so because if we keep using people in the Bible, be like, oh, that was before, it doesn't happen, it still happens. There is something that keep me going, that I was able to sustain for 17 years, knowing that I am gifted, knowing that I can preach. But again, there is no room for me. There was no room for me. I will use that to encourage other women that are listening right now. You have a calling, you have a passion. Please stand firm. Serve. If it's a church you find yourself, serve. If there is a ministry around you, serve in the place of service. When you are serving, serve without expectation. Don't serve because you want the pastor to see you. Do it behind closed door. Those little things you do to support somebody else's vision will come back to you. And secondly, there are things we take for granted. Those of us that are in diaspora. $1 for coffee. $1 of your coffee every morning. When you put it together for 30 days, you will save one life. You will save one life. I have cried looking at women. There was a day, this lady, she said, I am tired of selling. She's in Nigeria. So she was selling pure water, like she'll buy bottle pop and she'll buy it and she'll be hawking it in the street. So she got knocked down twice, almost got killed with a running vehicle twice. And she said she's not doing it again. The husband doesn't have a job. I looked at her, I said, so what do you want to do? She said, Ma, I know how to, I have a skill, like to make groundnuts. If I am able to do that, I will supply to stores. That's better for me. There will be no risk, because one day, this is the second time this is happening to me. One day I will run down with a vehicle, I will be killed, and I have kids. I'm like, so how much do you need to do this? Trust me. It was like $100 or $120. That changed this woman's life. I said, okay, you get it. I open my bag, I give her the money. She was excited. She was rolling on the floor. She went the following day, she bought everything she needed. She started making groundnuts. So she put them in the bottle, take it to the market and supply stores. And the following week, it was one of my visits to Nigeria. She brought a bottle of groundnuts, sent it to my sister to give to me. They brought it. I lay my hands in that bottle. I pray. I said, take it back to her. I don't want to eat groundnut. Tell her to sell it. Add it to her capital. So those are some of the things I was doing behind closed door before Women Helping Women was established. So if one person, if I can change one life, I believe 10 of us can change 2 lives. So those are some of the impacts we can make in life, and you will be fulfilled. I tell you, you will be excited. Just coffee. So we that live in diaspora, we want to be grateful to God. We want to thank God. Be excited. You have roof over your head. You have meal on your table. Come on, you are the richest person on earth. Don't wait for somebody to tell you this is who you are. No. No. You are the only person that can stop yourself. You can do it. Keep trusting, especially after this COVID. So many things has changed. But I tell you, it will come back to place. Don't give up. Don't quit. Even when you don't know how it's going to happen. Remember in Toronto, Dr. Ross Meyer, the founder of Ego Worldwide, is in the United States. He was having a conference in Toronto. I was there. He walked straight to me and he said, I see you. I see the Lord taking you from one country to another. That was actually 2019, Toronto. He said, I see your ministry. You have a large ministry, and the Lord has given you a mama's heart to be a mother to so many. I see you from one country to another. I see a ministry. You know what I did to them? I'm like, by then I was not a Canadian citizen yet. I was like, how's that going to happen? I only have Nigeria passport. So how am I going to move from country to country? You know, I didn't believe it. Even though I have faith, but there is something I was doing. I was praying towards that prophecy. So if you are here today, prophecy have come to you over the years. Don't go home and sleep over those prophecies. The fact that the man or woman of God has prophesied doesn't mean that it will automatically happen. You have to believe it. You have to pray it out. Say, Lord, you use this person to tell me this. I believe it, it will come to pass. Until I fulfill destiny, Lord, I am not giving up. So those are some of my little secrets. I pray out those those prophecy, and it came to pass in my life. So that is all I will share with you. If the Lord permits, you will definitely see me again, because I love Ambassador Anita. I love Ambassador Dr. Tomesha for what she's doing. I appreciate you guys, and we are in together. Whatever we can support one another, yes, we have to do it. I think I will come back again. I will share those little secrets for you so that you will be able to know that God still do miracle. Is a miracle working God. So what happened in the time of the woman with the issue of blood, it still happened today. What happened to Anna can still happen. What Esther did to save her nation, you can still do it. But there is something you must do for me before I see you again. That was the woman with the issue of blood did that. She has that issue for many years. She was sitting comfortably. Most of us, we sit in our comfort zone. We want everything to come up like a magic. Until you get tired of that situation, you give up. You say, no, this is not where I belong. Do not settle for less. Oh Lord, I am accepting this position in my workplace, but I know I deserve to be the manager. I know I deserve to be the director. But even though they are taking me as a cleaner, but Lord, I will get to that seat. You take it. The woman with the issue of blood get to the point where she get tired. And she said, if only I can touch the hem of his garments. What is that thing you are trusting God for? That you're going to rise up this moment and say, you know what? God, you said it, that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Yes, though I am a woman, but you said that those that lay their trust on you can never be put to shame. So you will see that things will start turning around. Let's look at the blind Bartimaeus. He was sitting down there blind. There was crowd and Jesus was passing by. They tried to stop him. That is what is happening to many of us, especially women in our society. You try to reach out for help, people will disqualify you. You try to come out like this, people will call you names. They will label you. I don't want to start praying here or prophesying here. But people will call you name. They will label you different names. But whichever name that the Lord has not given you, that the enemy is calling you, I declare and I decree today by the power that raised Lazarus from grave, that the Lord will change that name. He will change your story. In the name of Jesus, your story will change. You will sing a new song. And those that have been mocking you will join you to praise the Lord. Your enemy will be the announcer of your glory. This is for somebody right now. Those that think that you are done, who told you that? Who told you it is over? Hey, who is it that say 18 and it cometh to pass when the Lord have not permitted it? Who has the final say? Only your heavenly Father. Everybody have their opinion. People will have their opinion. People will make suggestions. People will come with different ideas. I tell you, he alone has the final say. There is more to talk about. Is the God that will change you from zero to hero. And Brad Bartimaeus said, Son of God, have mercy on me. People will try to shut your voice. Your voice will be heard. I pray for you today. Any little effort you put into whatever you are doing right now, the Lord will increase it for you. Because He's the God of increase. And what happened? The Lord turned unto him. What do you want? Say, have mercy on me. He doesn't say, heal me, give me my sight. He only asks for mercy. The mercies of God will take you to places that you never want to be. The mercies of God will open door for you. It is the Lord that shows mercy. And the Lord said, go. Your faith has made you whole. So you must make effort to leave your comfort zone, seek for help if you need one. Reach out to people if you need one. If you need to speak to me, please do so. And please, your secrets will be safe. I know these days women are dying of depression because they don't know who to trust. They rather die than to talk about what they are going through because they are scared that people will take their story to social media. Please be safe. Even go to social media. Even as a pastor, when I'm having deliverance service on things, I don't do video for that. There are some topics, sensitive topic we will be talking about when I'm doing a conference. We don't video those things. We still need to keep our secrets safe for ourselves so that the devil will not take advantage of it. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Dr. Ambassador Anita, I appreciate you. Thank you, Dr. Walker. I appreciate you. And everyone that are here, thank you for joining us. I'm not closing it, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, Sister Grace, God bless you, Coach Grace.
Yes, it's so exciting because we have a live audience as we always do, and we're so excited to have them here with us. And to see all of you, I am getting yeses and amens. Y'all know over here, the seatbelt did not work. It broke. It was so much, y'all. I couldn't stay in the chair. She was ministering so well. So thank you, Dr. Pedro, for speaking to us specifically. And for all of you out there that this ministered to, we want to hear from you. We want you to also share this out. Tell people to join in, to be ministered to. That's what we do this for, is for the encouragement. And I tell you, I agree. The feedback that I am getting is that this was divine revelation and encouragement. Listen, Dr. Pedro was on the money today. Thank you so much for listening to the Lord, Dr. Pedro, for sharing with us your life story, the things that God has told you to do and that you said yes to. We have women that have been shifted, that have been moved, that are dancing, that are like me. Now, y'all know I get excited. She done got me excited today. Like I had to reel it back in, y'all, because I'm trying for us to be able to end this episode. But I tell you, as you can see, there is a wealth of knowledge and information and revelation. So I just thank God for the encouragement that we've received today. And if you don't know the God that we serve, the God that we know, we encourage you today. One, there was a reason that you came across this show. Mm-hmm. There was a reason that you tuned into this episode. As she said earlier and alluded to, there is a purpose and a reason in every single one of our meetings. So this wasn't by chance that you came by here. So I pray that you were encouraged today. And I say today, ask Jesus into your heart. Ask him to be your Lord and Savior. He is the King of Kings. He is the Son of God. And he is the reason why you are existing here today. You have purpose. Your life has purpose. Look at this beautiful example that we've seen today of someone that chose to say yes. So that she wasn't just given fish, but she was taught to fish and then given the ability to do the same for others. This episode today gave us an opportunity to not just learn, right, but be able to teach and share with others. We were given so much meat today. We were given so much revelation today, so much foundational knowledge and information that we should be able to go out and share it with someone else. So again, I encourage you, send someone to ministryonmission.com to rewatch this, to watch earlier episodes, to be fed, to be encouraged so that we can continue to shift, to change this world, to say yes to the Lord and walk out our ministries that he's given us, right? That he has given us to do in order to complete the mission, which is making known the return of Jesus Christ, okay? So for everyone that joined us live today, again, thank you so much. I pray that this has truly encouraged your life, as I know for sure it has encouraged myself and Dr. Anita. For those of you that are catching the replay, again, make sure you let us know what you've gained from today and continue to join us and share this out with others as well. We will see you next time on Ministry on Mission. And again, we say thank you, Dr. Pedro, for making such an indelible mark on our lives today. Yes.
You.
Yes. for encouraging us, for uplifting us, and for reminding us that we as women, when we are nurtured, when we are cared for, we are truly affecting nations. We're changing the world. And I thank you so much for reminding us of that and allowing us to see that happen in your life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm super excited. I feel like staying longer, but I want to say thank you. As a woman, your time will definitely come. Your time, understanding time and season is very important, because everybody plants in different time and we reap in different time. But most of the time, when we plant, you don't know when I sow my seed, when I did my planting. But when I'm reaping, you only see that I'm reaping. And the next neighbor will get frustrated because, oh, how is she reaping right now? How come she's this? I'm not getting it. So you have to understand that your time will come. And when your time comes, the Bible said the gate of fear cannot prevail against it. Whatever you are doing, keep doing it. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Women, you are made for more. Looking forward to hear from you again. Thank you so much, Dr. Walker.
Thank you again. We will see you all next time. Join us again for Ministry on Mission. Make sure you follow us on all social media at Ministry on Mission. And we love you. God bless you. Make sure to remember to start your ministry and finish the mission. Christ is calling you guys. Answer yes today. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining Ministry on Mission TV. On behalf of Drs. Anita Mckaney and Tomesha D. Walker, we invite you to connect in the community and online at Ministry on Mission. Here at Ministry on Mission TV, we equip and encourage women to start their ministry and finish the mission. Remember,
Isaiah 40:3. Prepare on purpose.
Mark 1:3. Let's hear your voice.